Hi, this video is going to show you how to make a new layer in Photoshop and play around with transparencies and cutting out multiple images and layering images. So first thing I've done is I have some scans from film from this winter of 2020. I've uploaded them into Photoshop, and now I have the negatives. I found a couple images I'm going to clutch together, but first thing I want to do is make a new document for my background layer. So I'm going to go to File, New. And for this, I usually tell people change this to inches, and you have to think about an 8 by 10 size image, so 8 inches by 10 inches. And then usually resolution, I say anywhere from 3 to 500. I'll just do 300 for now. That's going to make the image larger and large enough to where it's a decent quality. So I hit create, and now I'm left with this. So first thing I'm going to do is I copied one of the negatives, and I'm just going to edit paste. And I'm also going to change my workstation to Window, Workspace, Photography. And what that will do is now I can see my layers. So now I have my background layer that I just started with, and I have the image that I just pasted. So here's how I'm going to build my layers, and then eventually I'm going to show you how to kind of start blending the two layers together with two images. You can become more and more complex with this. This is just a beginner version. First thing I want to do is make my image fit into the 8 by 10. So the resolution was higher than the 8 by 10 300 resolution. So I'm going to go to Edit, Free Transform. It's usually your best friend, my best friend in Photoshop. I'm going to shrink it down, kind of put it in so it fits. You might end up with a little bit of the bottom, but we can always crop that out later. I leave some of the film negative on mine just for looks, if you're into that type of thing. And then to set it, I just hit check. And now I have my daughter in there. So next thing I'm going to do is get the other image that I'm going to collage in. So I'm going to go back to the negative. I'm going to choose this image here, which actually might end up being my background and not the picture that she's in. But I'll take this one, select it. I'm in the selection tool up here. There's different ways to select. For this particular demo, I'm just showing the square selection, but I will do another demonstration, or let me know other things that you might need help with in Photoshop. But I usually prefer the quick selection tool, and I'll do a demonstration on the quick selection tool in the future. So once I have it selected, I go to edit copy, and then I'm going to go back to my other image that I'm working on and then edit paste. So now I have multiple layers. So I have the background layer, layer 1, which was my daughter, and then now I have this layer with me in the shadow in the water. So I'm going to make this one fit as well. Edit, Free Transform. Make this one go over top of it. And I might just go ahead and crop this down now. So I'll click off of it and hit check. And then I'm going to go to my crop tool. Just crop it up just a little bit on the bottom, just a little bit, just a tiny bit. Hit the check. And now I have my two images ready to go. Now your opacity is right here. So if I go to my opacity and I scroll down, I can start to see through to the previous image. Now I'm probably going to use this one as the background image. So I'm actually going to take this one and drag it underneath the other one. And now this one's on top. So whichever image is on top, you have to think of this as like a magazine collage, like it's like a stack. And this is your background piece of paper, and then these are the magazine pieces that you're collaging on top. So kind of like an old school way to think about that. And now, just like in a magazine collage, I can start to cut and paste and move around and that sort of thing. So I had this idea. I'm actually just going to take this picture. I'm going to edit, free transform it, and I'm going to shrink it down. I want to make her fit kind of in this area right here. But first, I just need to do my opacity down so I can see where exactly I'm lining that up. Maybe I'll do it on this edge of the water. Could be kind of cool. I don't know. Something like that. Or maybe I do it the other way, like this. And I think for this one, actually, I'm going to set it for a minute, and I'm going to cut out these edges on this. So I'm actually just going to take my eraser tool, which is right here. And you have a size, so you can change the size, strength, all that. So I'm just going to come through and just erase out the edge. And I should probably make a softer edge. See, the hardness is up, so I'll do a softer edge so it blends a little bit better. Go around. And I might have to do some more, but we'll see for now how this looks. And just get her in there. Now I'm going to go back to Edit Free Transform. And maybe move this around this way. Maybe something like that. Or keep it kind of simple. To line up with that line right there of the little waterfall. Set it. Then I'm going to come back with my eraser. Maybe erase out some more of this. So I can really just see the water in there. Now this is one path you can take. There's, in Photoshop there is an endless amount of ways you can take an image and manipulate it. This was just to show you guys how to put two images together and then to start to play around with blending. I will do some future videos on the different types of selection tools. But for now, you could try this. And then when I'm done, if I'm done with the image, I can go ahead and just save it and then put the opacity back up. Maybe I put the opacity back up a little bit so she pops back out. And then I can also see where else I need to kind of erase. Or I can even then go back to Edit Free Transform. Move her around this way. Whatever you want to do. Maybe I'll leave it like this. But that's the fun thing about Photoshop. You can just go in, play around, have fun, see what you like. And then in the end, you created something of your own that was hopefully fun. All right, thanks for watching.